Hello, how's everybody today? We're going to talk about My City Was Gone by the Pretenders. Now this is one of those songs where everything is explained in the lyrics. Kind of like the Gilligan's Island theme where you hear all about the 3-hour tour and all that. Everything you need to know is in the lyrics of the song. It's about Chrissie Hynde, who was born and raised in Akron, Ohio. She spent quite a bit of time in England forming the Pretenders and getting her musical career going. And then, as the song says, I went back to Ohio, but my city was gone. So she went back to Akron and wasn't happy with all the changes. Anyway, so let's talk about how we play this song. It's really a fun song to play. It's a fun song to solo over also with that cool bass and drum progression, that riff that is so driving. And I guess I should point out that this was one of the 2 songs recorded with Billy Bremner as lead guitarist after the death of James Honeyman Scott. Now, Billy Bremner had been playing with Rockpile and Dave Edmunds, Nick Lowe, that whole gang. And I think he did a great job on this song and Back in the Chain Gang. And before they found a steady replacement as a lead guitar player in Robbie McIntosh. We'll get to Chrissie Hynde's rhythm guitar part here in a minute. First of all, let's look at what Billy Bremner played. Starts off with bass and drums, and then you hear this thing. Right? Now, that is, of course, it's just the 4th fret on the G string and the 3rd fret on the B string played together. And then you go to this little double stop thing, which is 4th fret on both the D and G strings, down to 2nd fret on the D and G strings. And then you do another double stop, ending up on that E power chord. Now this double stop it's 5th fret on the A string and the D string, slide down to the 4th fret, and then play a 3-note power chord E. All right, so and that's what you hear until the vocals come in. Oh, and by the way, this thing, that's really, he phrases it that way really sporadically, but most of the time it's like, right? Like that. Same notes, but a little different phrasing. Then, when the vocals come in, he stops doing this, stops doing that little lick, and it's just like this. And that is, it's that same slide down double stop on the A and D, except he kind of, and he doesn't phrase it exactly the same way every time, but it's, You know, something like that. And you can phrase that pretty much any way you want, and it'll sound good. So. A lot of ways to play that. Now, when you get to the chorus, I'm going to show you what I play. First, I'll show you what Billy Bremner plays on the record. It's like this. And back into the verse. Okay, very simple. I always add one little wrinkle that goes along with what the bass player is playing, because I really like the bass part on the chorus there. So what I do is like this. I just do that little 0, 1, 2 on the D string, then down to a low E. So it goes. Okay, and it kind of harmonizes with what the bass player is playing. There's one thing I want to show you. The lead part, the solos are quite simple stuff like basically pentatonic. A lot of it is right here in the 12th fret and the box, box 1 as they call it nowadays. But the very first lick you hear is pretty cool, and it goes like this. Very distinctive lick, and I'm not entirely sure if I'm fingering it the way that he did, but I tried various ways, and this works best for me. It's like a rake on the top 3 strings of an E minor chord, right? Starting at the 9th fret on the G string, going up the minor triad, and then you play a 11th fret on the B and a 12th fret on the E, and you bend the B string. So, anyway, I really like that lick. Now let's talk about what Chrissie Hynde plays on her rhythm part. Okay, Chrissie Hynde's rhythm part. Now, Chrissie Hynde was always a very inventive guitar player. And that's a huge part of her songwriting. And so let's look at the way she played this song. It's like. That's just a B minor, 7th fret, B minor bar chord. Then release the 2 fingers here on the 9th fret, so it says. So it's just a kind of a fragment of a D chord, and then that harmonic 7th fret across all the strings, or whichever ones you think sound best. I usually do the top 5 anyway. And then a bar chord E, the 7th fret. Okay. And something similar happens when you get to the chorus. I think she's playing it down here though, the B minor on the 2nd fret with the root on the A string. So it's like. And when you play that Here, let me show it again one time. So that's the whole thing. When you, rather than just hanging on that E bar chord, she intersperses that with that same harmonic on the 7th fret. So the whole thing is like, so there you go. I hope you have fun with this song. I really enjoy playing it. Been playing it in bars for, decades now. Anyway, and if you did get something out of this video, please sign up, subscribe. Costs nothing. Surprisingly affordable. And I'll see you next time. Thank you.